repeat it, so 50% when they start clapping, then get to 100 when I say her name. Alright? It's a lady. I saw that look in your eyes like, yeah! Woo! Alright, I was with it. Alright, okay. So, start clapping, 50%. What's his name? Hey, Daniel!
Hey everyone, how you doing? Good. I'm a bit subpar. Oh shit. I'm a bit subpar today. I'll be honest with you. I got my period. I just ache, right, sinking. I just ache all over. My tits are so big. I'm so aware of them. It's like they're the main plot line of a male-penned novel or something. But actually, you know, like periods are shit. They are. There's leaking and all of that nonsense. But but you know what? Every time I do get my period, I do a mini fist pump because I'm like not pregnant again. Right? I'm not ready for children. I can't afford children. I looked at my recent bank statement and it was like, Elle, you can only afford to swallow children at the moment. So I'm sticking with that for now. But one of my friends is pregnant, right? On purpose, and she's so excited about the fact that she's having a baby shower. You guys know about that, right? Americans love baby showers. And she said to me, she asked me as her creative friend to come up with a gender reveal game, right? And I was like, cool, I'll just switch on my wacky creative brain. Got it. So I had her as the mummy-to-be hold a piggy bank upside down and shake it. And if a pound coin falls out, she's having a boy. If 85p comes out, she's having a girl. Yeah, the pay gap, shit, it's still not closing. But yeah, in some kind of like sad news, so my housemate just got dumped by her girlfriend of 5 years. She's really gutted, and she's also like really nervous to get back on the dating scene, and she thinks it's probably going to have like changed beyond recognition since she was last out there. And I was like, Helen, you're both girls. You don't even need to bring your purse out. No one has to pay, right? But I was like, but you do need to wear your comfy trainers because no one's going to pull your seat out either. At this point, Tom, our housemate, chimed in. He was like, Helen, how do lesbians know when to stop having sex? And we kind of looked at him, and then we realised what he meant was, I have never given a woman an orgasm. But yeah, a similarly clueless man was my ex-boyfriend. I had to bin him off because he suffered with this not so rare condition. I call it strugglingus. He did not understand the need for foreplay, but because I'm not a dick, I decided I'd try and educate him, like, and salvage a bit of the shit show relationship that was. I took him to a water park for one of our dates, but I sneakily instructed all the staff to turn off the water supply. And it wasn't until he was halfway down the biggest slide, screaming in pain with third-degree chafing burns, that I was like, now do you see why it's important? Thank you. It is important. It really is important. But yeah, I do think we have a way to go with our young men, with educating them on how to tick the boxes, literally tick the boxes of the women folk. I tried my hand recently at writing. I did my first little self-published novella. I based it on the book 50 Shades of Grey. But I kind of rewrote it to appeal to my own sexual fantasy. I called my version One Shade of Grey. And in this version, she says no thank you, and he respects that, and the end. It's a great light read for the holidays. But I think the consent actually goes further than just the bedroom. Like, actually, we were talking about Hugh Hefner. Did you know that when he passed away, he got his dying wish to be buried in the grave right next to Marilyn Monroe, proving, I think, that even in death, you can't necessarily avoid that man who's like, is this seat taken? Well, it's probably taking it anyway, before waiting for your response. Anywho, where am I going? Oh, my boyfriend now is really great. Like, he trumps everybody else. I'm like super in love, but it is the honeymoon phase, so give it a few weeks. But yeah, I mean, normally when I get together with a guy, I'll spend like the first sort of 3, 4, maybe even 6 months presenting this like male-created ideal of like the perfect woman, and I'll conceal for as long as is humanly possible the fact that I'm a waking nightmare to be with. But when me and my boyfriend got together, I was technically, I was with my ex-boyfriend still, so he knew what he was entering into, literally. He's older than me by like a bit, and my American friend, sorry, this is not to criticise Americanness, I love America, I really do, my American friend was like, you called yourself a daddy. And I was like, I don't know if, I think people think that having like a kink, or like specifically, I feel like having a daddy kink is really cool at the moment, but like, I think it's way cooler to like not normalise, you know, paedophile, incest, rape culture. Even so, when we were drunk, we went on holiday recently, and he tried to like whip out the "Who's your daddy" line just for fun, but because we were drunk, he accidentally said, "How's your daddy?" And it meant that we had to basically put our clothes back on and spend half an hour talking about my dad's high blood pressure. Anyway, that's it. Thanks everyone, I've been